Right, the Premier League season has come to an end. I am a football YouTuber, which means there is only one thing to do, and that is react to some of my Premier League predictions. This could be painful. So painful that I have got some moral support here in the form of the big dog and channel fan favourite.
Embrace it. I'll get that tattooed.
People hate the way I say favourite.
They don't hate it. I think they love it. It's a term of endearment.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
So we've both got our Premier League predictions. I've got a video of mine. We're going to watch some. We're going to react to it. And then you have got the list of your original Premier League table. So without any further ado, let's start watching through some of these awful predictions. Let's start off with who's winning it. I originally said Manchester City, and I'm still going to stick with Manchester City. That's not a bad start, is it?
I mean, that is probably one of the most easy predictions you've ever done in your entire life.
No one knew City were winning it this season.
You know we're going to count up how many you got right? I don't even think you count this.
Oh, God. Let's move on. In second place, I originally said Liverpool, and I'm really, really torn on this one. I'm starting to think that maybe Arsenal might finish second.
You nearly talked yourself out of it,
I nearly talked myself out of it. Arsenal second, though, was that to be expected? I mean, some people were saying that they could finish like fourth.
I think that would have been ridiculous. I had them in my predictions as second as well.
Yeah.
I think most people would have put them in second, to be fair.
Okay.
So again, another pretty
So again, no
one.
credit for me. I've only guessed the top two, right? No credit. Don't worry about it. Which obviously then means I'm swapping my initial prediction of Arsenal in third for Liverpool in third. Well. Top three, not a bad start. Not a bad
doing all
start.
right so far.
Yeah, you wait.
I've got to put my hands up now, by the way. I said Man United in third.
In third. Oh, God, that's a shocker. We'll get to that. But you wait until you see who I predicted in fourth. Villa.
No, you didn't.
Fourth, I'm sticking with what I said originally, and that is Chelsea to get a top four finish. When I said it a month ago, I sort of wanted it to happen, talking it into existence. When I'm saying it now, I'm confident of it. We could finish fourth, we could finish third. I don't know. We're going to have a good season.
We're going to finish fourth. We're going to finish third.
It could finish fourth, could finish fourth. It's not the worst, is it?
Oh,
I said fourth, we finished sixth. That ain't the worst.
I mean, it's pretty bad, isn't it?
It's not
we
good,
weren't really anywhere near thirds, were we?
It's not good, is it?
No.
In fifth place, I originally had Newcastle. I am going to put Man United in there. I think that bringing Onana in is going to be a plus for him. Bringing Onana in is going to be a plus for him. He was shit.
Mate, we should do one of these next season where we sort of predict best player, worst player in the league, like who's going to be the best signing and that sort of thing. 'Cause some of these would have been
He sort of come
hilarious.
He sort of come good a little bit.
He's come
towards the
good,
end.
but he's crap. You don't rate him at all.
Well, he's not 50, 60 million pounds worth of goalkeeper.
You said
is
he was shit.
Yeah, no, he's shit.
You said that you should
I
sell
don't
him.
care. Right, who have we got next? Newcastle will go into sixth spot. Newcastle in sixth, that's not the worst.
That's not the worst at all. I had Newcastle in sixth.
Spurs will finish seventh, and that obviously means I'm putting Villa one below them to finish eighth.
Bit of a stinker, innit?
Spurs in seventh,
Yeah.
and Villa in eighth.
Yeah, a bit of a stinker.
Yeah. But what I did get right was that those two would be next to each other in the table.
Yes.
There you go.
So,
Give me the
small
points.
wins.
Give me the points.
Small wins.
Small wins are better than no wins, my friend. Ninth, I said Brighton.
Brighton in ninth. Yeah, you weren't too far off there.
Yeah, not too bad. In 10th, I said Brentford. In 11th, I said Burnley.
Stop it. Stop that. That is ridiculous.
Hold on.
Stop that.
Hold on. I think I need to reload this one. To have an absolute barnstormer of a season. Finish really, really high after coming up from the Championship.
Do you know what though, Joey? Right, I'm going to give you some credit.
Barnstormer.
I'm going to give you some credit here. The manager is going to be the next Bayern Munich manager.
Oh, God. Even more credit. I think you backed them pretty high.
I did. I said Burnley in my way. I said 13th.
Yeah, I mean...
So we fucked that. What was it about Burnley that we thought were going to be really good at the start of the season?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I mean, they romped the Championship.
Their squad is shit as well. So I don't know what we were thinking. Were we thinking just the Vincent Kompany factor that he was going to be a really good manager?
No. Ian Matson factor.
But he wasn't playing there.
Well, he wasn't playing there. But clearly, I didn't realise. I don't know, but it weren't good, was it?
We even gave him David Datro Fofana.
I know. We've tried to help them lot as much as we can, and we just get thrown back in our face by fucking coming Stamford Bridge and holding us.
That's definitely got to be the furthest off you've got any team.
What,
Surely,
Burnley? Yeah. Burnley in 11th when they finished 19th. That must be around there somewhere. Now 12th, I said West Ham, and do you know what? I do worry for West Ham. I think Moyes could get the sack. I think that things are looking a bit bleak. You know, a couple of months ago, they were having an open-top bus parade celebrating the European trophy they've won. And now things are looking a bit doom and gloom at Upton Park.
Do you know what, though? They did want to sack him, though, didn't they? They did want to sack him.
So, hold on. I said they would finish 12th.
They finished in 9th, so you were quite far off there, actually.
I weren't that far off. I was far off on league position, but I'm going to take a bit of credit for that. I think I pretty much just called West Ham season, no?
I mean, you said Moisey mid-season and he made it to the end.
I'm sure I said on there Kudus bicycle kick last day of the season.
Yeah, you did say that. You always rated Kudus.
That's it.
I don't even think Kudus was a West Ham player when you recorded that video.
Oh, no, he wasn't. No. Half our team weren't Chelsea players when I recorded this. 13th, I said Fulham and we'll stick with it. 14th, I said Everton. In 15th, I said Crystal Palace, and we will stick with Crystal Palace.
Do you know what? You got something bang on there. You got Fulham bang on.
Where did Fulham finish?
13th.
13th?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you got that bang on.
Decent.
What
was the other one I said there?
Was it Bournemouth?
Hold on.
Everton.
Everton 14th. Where did they
finish? They finished 15th.
15th.
But that's with the points penalty, which you didn't know was coming.
How many points? Where would they finish without the points penalty?
They would have finished in 10th.
Oh, fuck's sake. Right, back to the video. But in 16th, I originally said Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now, since I said that, things have started to look a little bit bleak for Wolves. And you know what? They're going to be the first one in this sort of bottom half of the table that I replace. I am going to put Bournemouth in that 16th position. I think Bournemouth have done good business in the transfer market so far. And yeah, I had backed Bournemouth to get relegated, you know. Still not sure on their manager. I won't be until I see a bit from him. But yeah, I'm going to propel them up the table a little bit and put Bournemouth here. Well,
still not sure of the manager.
No, I'm grown very fond of Areola this season.
You've been stroking those Areolas
mate,
every night.
So I originally, I said before Balls kicks that I was originally thinking they were going to go down, and then I rated a few of their signings. I can't even fucking think who they signed.
We didn't even recognise half the players that played for Bournemouth, to be fair.
Oh, God. Well, I backed them to finish 15th. Probably not the worst, you
not
know,
bad.
But the Wolves shout in there wasn't good.
I mean,
what?
Do you want to know where I put Wolves?
Just wait. Just wait. Right, ready? In 17th place, just ever so slightly missing the drop, I said Luton. I'm sticking with Luton.
Oh, no. Missed the drop. We all wanted it to happen. Maybe you only wanted it to happen for your predictions.
Well, no. I mean, I come pretty close.
You did.
Hey, what? I said that Luton would stay up on the final day of the season,
Yeah.
and they went down on the final day of the season. But if you had said to me, like obviously before that video was recorded, who's the most likely to go down rock bottom? I think most people would have said Luton out of Luton, Sheffield, and Burnley.
100%. Yeah, a lot of people would have said they've been lost.
Small win.
Credit, little bit of credit.
I'd say small win.
Little credit.
I'd say small win. So for relegation in 18th, I said Nottingham Forest, and not that much has changed. 1 or 2 in. Anthony Alanga, but yeah, I'm sticking with Nottingham Forest to get relegated at the end of this season.
Do you know what's mad is they're actually pretty good, Forest.
Yeah.
Their squad is actually pretty good.
Too good to go down?
Well, obviously it was.
Well, don't know. You're never too good to go down.
Could they get some more points?
Who is the best team to ever go down?
That Leicester team is pretty good.
West Ham, 42 points. I don't think anyone's ever
Newcastle?
been down on that amount of points. Well, yeah, because of the star-studded names and
Yeah.
that, but they were fucking shit that season.
Yeah,
Remember where they got relegated?
Where they got relegated? No, I don't
Final
know.
day of the season, Villa Park. There you go. There you go. But I tell you what, that Newcastle side the next season that romped the championship, Kevin Nolan, Andy Carroll.
Unbelievable. What's Big Andy up to these days?
Oh, God knows. Nuts and guts. In 19th spot, I originally had Bournemouth, and you've guessed it, I've got Wolves there. It's a big shout, but I think Wolves are going down.
Did you have them in 19th, do you say?
I had Wolves finishing 19th.
Right. Do you know what? There's some context to this, though. Because the manager left the night before the season started.
He hadn't left. He was still
Oh, he
there,
hadn't even
Lopetegui,
left.
and I'm pretty sure... Big shout, but I think Wolves are going down. I'm rock bottom in 20th. Right, okay, I didn't say it
You
there,
didn't
but
say it.
basically...
But you thought you said it, which is the main thing.
I thought that Lopetegui was going to leave.
Yes.
And also, at that time, when I was looking at Wolves, it was like... I think they had 1 or 2 recognised centre-backs at the club. They were just having to have the obligation to buy that Cunha, who had been rubbish for them.
Yeah.
It was bleak at Molineux around that time, and I think a lot of Wolves fans around that time would have probably not argued that too much. So it's transpired to be a really bad shout, but I think the only reason it's transpired to be a bad shout is because they got lucky to an extent with Gary O'Neill.
Gary O'Neill was an exceptional manager, can we just say? He's actually done fucking wonders. Great job at Bournemouth. Then went to Wolves. He's a brilliant manager.
He's brilliant.
Do you reckon we should look at him for Chelsea?
No. I'm rock bottom in 20th position. I said Sheffield United. It's going to be Sheffield United. They've lost their best player. They haven't done good business in the transfer window. Paul Heckingbottom's unproven. Just can't see it happening for them. Think they're going straight
That's
back
the
down.
easiest one. That's easier than Man City, actually. That
That
one.
means I got 5 correct.
And 2 of the easiest ones that were correct.
Yes. Yeah. Well, no, because a lot of people thought Luton would finish rock bottom.
I agree.
So, yeah.
Sheffield United conceded over 100 goals this season.
Oh, God. What's the worst take I had in there?
The Burnley one.
It's got to be Burnley.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Burnley
it's
one
gotta
was
be
pretty
Burnley.
bad.
Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty bad. Do you reckon
Villa
I'll
being
improve
so
next
low,
season?
Maybe. Well, yeah, because your knowledge of football has improved this season.
That's
Isn't
it.
Massive.
That's it. Right, so there was also a few little categories I did. Top goal scorer, top assists. I think top goal scorer I had Kane and he hadn't even left the Premier League at the time. I think top assists I had Mo Salah. But I had a category called Underachievers. Underachieving team. It could be a team like Newcastle. They finished 4th last season, had a brilliant season, way, way, way ahead of schedule as to where we thought they would be after that takeover happened. However, now they've got to compete with Champions League football, which will be strenuous on their squad, bearing in mind that FFP has been quite strict on them and they haven't been able to bring in the sort of depth that they may or Eddie Howe may have liked. Man United, that's a team that last season got a top 4 finish and a cup. So let's say, for example, if they were to finish 5th this season without a domestic trophy, would that be underachieving? That's another one we could look at. My pick is going to be Brighton and Hove Albion.
Fucking hell. I mean, you did name half the league, didn't you?
Right.
You did name half the league.
No.
You
Not
did
at all.
name a lot of
Not
options.
Not at all, because the half the league that I could have named is I could have gone, I think Liverpool are going to miss those key players. I think Villa might not push on like they did last season. Mate, I'm calling it for what it is. I just put 3 teams in the hat that I thought would underachieve this season on what they did last season. Them 3 teams were Newcastle, Man United and Brighton. Is that or is that not good going?
I mean, if you name half the league, then you're eventually going to get something
right.
right.
I've salvaged it. Right then, Mr. Aveste. Let's see some of your takes. Come on then.
I love, by the way, guys, how he's dropped that now, where he's trying to save himself with one little tiny bit of the video. He
yeah.
hasn't showed anything else in the video other than that. Just says everything
pre-recorded
you need
it,
to know.
stuck on an old T-shirt, pre-recorded all that. Come on then, let's have yours.
To be honest with you, my league positioning wasn't too dissimilar to yours.
Well,
but you
instead
need
of
to
going
rinse
from
them.
champions, can we go from 20th
Yes,
upwards? Yeah?
abso-fucking-lutely. I knew that Sheffield United would be rock bottom.
Yep.
That is what I've said. By the way, everyone, this is a list that I made and it's time-stamped, so we know that it's true.
Lovely.
Because I was going to do a video like this and I ran out of time.
Too busy, mate, giving me all your time.
Exactly.
You want to fuck me off?
I then put Wolves in 19th.
Great minds.
Great minds.
Or
shit
really
minds.
shit minds.
Yeah,
think
maybe the
alike,
shit
yeah.
ones. But then I put Luton in 18th. So I was bang on.
Yeah.
Then I put Forest in 17th. Bang on.
Fucking hell.
Then I had Bournemouth in 16th.
Yeah.
Not so bang on. Then I had Everton in 15th. Oh, is that bang on?
I think that is bang on. I think that is. But you didn't count the points deduction.
I
and
didn't.
that means
I
you
didn't.
were wrong.
I'm an idiot. Then I had Palace in 14th. They finished in 10th, so that was quite far off.
But they did spend the whole season in 14th.
They did.
There's only that little run
Yeah.
towards the end, to be fair. And by the way, let's just give it a bit of credit while we're
Glasner.
here. Glasner.
Genius.
Why is no one talking about us getting him in?
I mean, because they want 100 million for him. I mean, Bayern
did
tried to
they?
sniff him for him, didn't they? Well, Bayern wanted him.
Yeah.
And-
You know, when I saw him, I didn't know him, right? When he came. He came from where? Stuttgart or somewhere?
Eintracht Frankfurt.
Frankfurt, that's it. So,
Shout out to that
was
pronunciation.
he the one that won the cup with them then?
Yes.
Was he? Fuck me, I should have known him then. But I didn't even know him, and I just thought, he'd do shit.
Yeah.
And he's done really well.
He's done really well. Basically, because of Xabi Alonso, let's be honest.
Yep.
Shout out to Palace. They've had a great end to the season. Then I had Burnley in 13th. So we both fucked that. I'm glad I didn't put them as high as that.
Why is it? Because I can't think of it now. Like, I don't know what had us high on Burnley.
I
What was
honestly
it?
do think it was the company thing. And because they had demolished the championship,
Oh, they romped that championship. They were
the-
one of the best teams to come up from
their
it, weren't
squad wasn't good. If you look at their
What, in the
squad on
Championship?
paper. No, just their squad on paper now.
But no, when I'm like looking at it and I'm thinking back, I remember Burnley playing some nice football.
Yeah,
and
they
I remember
did.
I did keep an eye. The exact same way. Listen, I'm not going to lie and be like, oh, I'm a Championship connoisseur. I'm not. I keep an eye on players that are out on loan. So, have I watched way more of Ipswich this season than any other Championship team? Yeah, because Amari Hutchinson's there. So I'll probably watch highlights to 80-90% of their matches. But have I sat and watched them? No, not really. And that season, I watched a lot of Burnley highlights, and they look good, man.
Yeah,
So
they did. That was what we were expecting, flowing football, and maybe we thought the flowing football was going to work. And actually, what you do need as a team coming up is sometimes to just park the bus. Sometimes you need to be ultra defensive and just do
does
that.
it not make you think, right? And I know I use this comparison all the time, but does it not just make you think, fuck me, Swansea were good when they came
Swansea
up?
was so good.
Because you know what you just said
Leach
about like flowing football? Like, if you come up and you want to stay in the Premier League, you've got to be resolute. You've got to lock the back door first and worry about that before you think about getting out the front door.
Yeah.
And Swansea, they're just, nah, that's fine. We'll
Was
do it
Scott
our way.
Sinclair in that team?
Scott Sinclair, Nathan Dyer, Redmond,
Michu is the one.
yeah, Michu. They had that.
Did they have Chico Flores in the back?
That's who I was going to say. Defender Flores. Yeah.
Had that big moment with Sam Allardyce.
Yeah.
Oh, what a moment that was.
Luke Britton.
Luke Britton, yeah.
Leon Britton.
Leon Britton.
Was it Luke Britton?
No, I think it was Leon Britton.
Leon Britton.
Yeah. Did they have Andre Ayew at that time?
They
And
may
one
have
of the
done.
Ayews.
They may have done. Jordan Ayew, wasn't it?
Jordan.
And then, obviously, in years to come, Michu and Bonnie, they came after, didn't
Wilfred
they? But
Bonny.
they weren't there straight away, I don't think.
What a player Wilfred Bonny was.
Great players.
Did he go to City?
You know the best ever Swansea player?
Who?
Lee Trundle.
Lee Trundle.
Very skillful
Classic.
player. Go on then, keep going for your table.
Right. Then I had in 12th, I had West Ham. So that's not too far off. They finished in 9th.
Yeah.
Don't think that was too bad. I think this is a pretty bad one, actually. Brentford in 11th. They finished in 16th.
That is pretty bad. Where did I have them? I must have had them about 14th. Or
Yeah,
something.
I thought they were going to be fine. Thomas Frank was really good. And do you know what? They always overperformed. But this was the first season that they saw them and they weren't as good as we expected. What did
I'd
you
have
say?
been 10th.
Fuck. Wow. So we were way off.
So Frank's stock has gone down, and yet Chelsea are thinking about appointing him.
Yeah, what a manager. That tells you everything you need to know. Fulham in 10th. Where did they finish? 12th.
Yep.
Sorry, they finished in 13th. So not too bad. I quite like Marco Silva. I think he's a good manager.
You know what's like weird, like a bit random? Yeah, Marco Silva. I don't know why he don't get considered for the Chelsea job.
Yeah.
He'd be one I'd be happy with, to
He's
be
all right.
honest. But
Yeah.
do you know what's quite mad? It's like you just said there. West Ham finished what? 9th.
Yeah.
9th, and Fulham finished
13th.
right. Controversial or not? Fulham had a way better season than West Ham.
Yeah, weird, isn't it? I think West Ham front loaded their season so heavily that they got all of their points and then basically fucked at the end of the year. Very like Spurs.
Yeah, on the beach by Christmas. Make sure it's Tenerife. Don't play hot that time of year. I would know.
Then I had Brighton in 9th, which I think they were roughly around there.
Yeah, I
So-
thought they're pretty shit this season, to be honest.
They were pretty shit. Where they finished 11th. Then I had Spurs
in
in
8th.
8th.
Okay. They just lost Harry Kane.
Just lost Harry Kane when I'd done
and
these
Postecoglou
predictions.
had won a lot in Australia and obviously Scotland, but
Nothing
not-
else.
yeah.
Well, I just thought they were going to capitulate after Kane left. I think a lot of people did think this.
And they sort of did.
They sort of did, but also they played some very good football this year.
Yeah,
didn't
let's
they?
give them some credit. We didn't think they'd be as good as they were in the end,
No,
but
we should have probably finished above them.
it fell off, and
Yeah,
we should have finished
We
above
should
them.
have. Then I had Villa in 7th, which, I wanted to give Villa some credit, but maybe I should have put them a bit higher.
So
don't think
one
anyone
spot
said-
above where they had finished the season before.
Yeah.
7th. No, they
Yeah.
finished 7th the season before, I think.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Got
Then.
your
So I
Europa
didn't,
League
I didn't think there
football.
was going to be a big progression, and I thought with European football they'd struggle.
So, as much as we're saying Burnley, maybe when you go Villa from 7th to 4th, because look, if you jump 3 places from 15th to 12th, that's not that impressive.
It's not that big a points either.
Well, it's not. But
Yeah.
when it comes to there, it's like you can't get to 4th in the league without beating some big teams around you. And when you put them in 7th, I don't think you imagine that they would do the double over Arsenal. I don't think you'd imagine that they'd have a week where they beat Arsenal and Man City in successive games.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the
There's
the
one
biggest
coming up, Joey.
Okay.
There's one coming up that I think is going to be much worse than this. There's actually a couple that you could say. Newcastle I had in 6th. Just for the
right.
Champions League factor, exactly the same as you. Just for Champions League factor, I think they'll really struggle. They'll really struggle with that.
What was they 7th?
They were in
Seventh,
7th. Yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. So then I had Liverpool in 5th. Which, to be fair, though,
No.
they didn't play that well, did they?
Yeah,
really?
but I put them in 3rd.
Yeah,
No
you-
excuses.
you
You're not
nailed
giving.
it.
I'm not letting you have any credit for that, mate. You fucking took me to town over
I
my
did,
shit
I
takes.
did, I did.
Liverpool in 5th's
Yeah,
a disgrace.
you're a fucking joke.
Now, you didn't even predict that Jurgen Klopp would leave in December.
Didn't
either,
predict
so,
that
yeah.
either. Didn't say. I didn't think. I think he was going to be there for 10 more years.
Did you say on your prediction you thought Arnie Slot would be the next manager?
Didn't.
No, didn't even know
Have
who he
to
was,
say,
did
didn't
you?
even know who Arnie Slot was last
well,
week.
there you go then.
Didn't know who
There
he
you
was
go
last
then.
week.
You got a football encyclopedia over here and a pretender.
Then this must be up there. Chelsea in 4th.
I'll put us in 4th. We can hardly
What
not, can
happens?
we? I can't
What
fucking
happens?
drop my Premier League prediction
Yeah.
video for next season and go, oh, Chelsea 8th. You know what I
I
mean?
think I might just put them in 6th. Then we look like rock stars.
You
when
know
they
what it
finish
is,
in
though?
third.
You know what it is, really?
What?
If you're not that confident, you put Chelsea 4th.
It's so true.
If you're a little bit confident,
Yeah,
you put us
put
3rd.
third, yeah.
And if we have a great pre-season, I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
we're winning it.
I mean, we did have a good pre-season, to be fair.
We did have a
We
great
did.
pre-season.
This is my worst one, mate. 3rd place, Man United. This is the worst
Stinker.
one by a mile.
Stinker.
Because how many points were they off? Let's have a look at this. Man United finishing 8th. They were 60 points off. 3rd place was 82 points.
Do you know why I'm really annoyed? You know the clips that I'm playing you there?
Yeah.
That's because I did a predicted Premier League table. Then I went back on it. And then like a month later did another one. Because obviously
Yeah.
key signings were made and whatnot.
Yeah.
And you can see on my screen there, the original Premier League table that I predicted had Man United finishing 6th. Which isn't 8th. But in my other one, I put them 5th. So
Who'd you have in 3rd? In that original one.
Arsenal, Liverpool 2nd.
Okay.
And I think that's why
not
so
bad.
many times this season on the kickoff I've said that I did expect Liverpool to be up there this year.
Yeah.
So that's what
You
I did.
predicted it, yeah. And I don't think a lot of people thought that Liverpool were going to be as good as they were this season. I mean, they basically were winning the league for half the year.
I don't think people did think that, but at the same time, it's Liverpool, so you know you don't need a medal. Who did you put in 2nd?
I got these right, both right, mate.
Ah.
I got Arsenal in 2nd, and Man City in 1st. I honestly thought they would romp it.
Where are you
I
going
thought
to
City
rate
would be-
your set of predictions out of 10 then?
Well, I mean, I got more than you, so
Well, you got one more than me. And then I've just played you that bit where I said that I thought that Brighton, Newcastle and Man United would all have bad seasons. So if anything, I
dear.
think we're about level, mate.
yeah. What did Enzo get in our ratings when we did our player ratings for him?
God.
About a 5. I think I'll give myself a 5.
Do you know another bit that I
They're not
clipped
that
out
good.
of that? I didn't even bother including.
What?
I went top goal scorer, yeah, Harry Kane, but I'll tell you what, it could well be Nicholas Jackson.
It could well be.
He would.
You had some money on it, didn't you?
Yeah, well, that's not coming now. So,
We don't worry about lost bets.
Ironically, none of my bets seem to come in. So, listen, people, we will be previewing the upcoming season as soon as the Euros is done. But for now, let me know in the comments. And I'm very, very interested to read this, right? I want to know what their biggest mistake when predicting this season was. What were you the most wrong about? Were you like us? Did you think Burnley were going to stay up? I think you lot are a sort of smart bunch. I don't think you would have thought that. No, I don't think you would. Head over to Josh's channel. It is linked in the description to this video, and I will see you all in the next one.